Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's 5 a.m. and it's time for your wake and breakthrough. Good morning, husband. Welcome, replay viewers and web viewers. Thank you, Stephanie, for taking your coffee break in Paris with us this morning. Grateful to see you. Hey, Julia, welcome. I feel like I haven't seen you in a month or some days. Welcome, welcome. Heart love early in the morning. Oh, it's Tuesday, y'all. It's Tuesday. 2 days in, a couple days countdown for some of you to get together with family, friends, and peers for all those Thanksgiving celebrations to leave early by what, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Hey, Steph, it's so good to see you. Oh, it's so good. I have my medicinal tea this morning. I'm so serious. My throat is so much better, but it's still really yucky. I told one of my dear friends, I was like, you give me your germs, I got your cooties. But I'm healing, y'all. I'm healing. It's going to be all good. So this week's topic is all about the boiling pot. I'm sorry. Some of you may not know who I am. Just that quick, I was about to dive in. My name is Nikita Thigpen. I'm a woman's executive balance advisor here to help you increase your focus and infuse balance in life and business. And the point of 5 a.m. Wake and Breakthrough is so that we can deal with all the barriers that are preventing you from actually being able to concentrate, to focus. And obviously, if you don't have focus, you cannot be balanced because you don't know which way to go, where you're pulling, work, profession, play, family, peers, health, you don't know where to go. So that's the point of 5 a.m. Wake and Breakthrough. So I'm excited to be here. You said your morning's been very hectic already, Julia. What's going on? Do tell me so I can help. You can tell me here, or you can tell me offline. You know how to reach me. Truthful Laundry, welcome. It's early in the morning, Julia. Why is it hectic already? What's going on? Welcome, Ange Naomi. Welcome to 5 a.m. Wake and Breakthrough. I'm glad you guys are tuning in this Tuesday morning. We will be here every single day this week, including Thursday. I know I'll be up at late night, so I might look kind of tight-eyed and weird because y'all know I am not an evening innovator. I'm an early riser by nature, but I will have to be an evening innovator Wednesday night into Thursday morning to make sure I do what I need to do for my family. They're worth it. No complaining yet. I'll complain on that morning though. All right, so let's jump in. Our theme for this week is all about the boiling point, reaching the boiling point, what that looks like and what happens in your life, in your finances, in your relationships, in your business, in your profession, just across the board, and what can happen when we hold so much in and it literally reaches a point that it spills over. We'll talk about the spillage and the effects and outcomes of it a lot more later this week. But today, thank you for inviting followers, True Laundry. I appreciate that. And for all of you who do that, welcome, Nate. Welcome. We want to make sure that we talk about you letting things out in a healthy way so it doesn't get to the point where, your mama catch it, your uncles catch it, your cousins catch it, your husband, your wife, your children, your pets, your business partners, your peers. We want to make sure that they're not getting anything that doesn't belong to them. The person who deserves to get it catches it, if you need to give it to anybody, or you need just a healthy outlet, a creative outlet, if you will. You don't have to be a creative to have a creative outlet. You don't have to be a singer from the stage or a dancer like J-Lo or Beyonce. I heard she worked it at the awards, y'all. I didn't see that, but I heard she worked it. You don't have to be one of them to be able to do some choreography in your living room to just exercise your mind and do what you need to do as a healthy outlet, but you do need to get it out. Today's boiling point message, though, is all about what's in your pot. What is in the pot in the first place? Yes, constructive outlets. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. Constructive outlets. For me, because I am a creative, I'm an analytical creative. I walk both sides of my nerdism. Is that a word? Nerdism? I just made that up. Another hashtag Nikitaism. I make up words all the time and I don't apologize for it. But I walk both ways. I will contact. I'm grateful for Wake and Breakthrough. Absolutely, Julia. I mean that. Contact me. I have an 8 a.m. meeting out in Cherry Hill and I should be home by 10. So contact me anytime after 10. I mean that. And you know how to get in touch with me. In the meantime, I'm sending you prayers of strength and courage and making sure that you are okay in this very moment. And I'm grateful that you're here and you're tuning in. You said you need to meditate to stay sane, Steph. Yes, meditation is such a joy for me. I love to put myself in a place where I can sit still and just be with me. Because often you're with everyone else, right? Your mind goes to your kids, your babies, the ones you're expecting. And when I say babies, I'm not always talking about physical children. Sometimes the baby is the business you're birthing, the new level that you're trying to impact in your volunteerism, in your ministry. Welcome, AJ. Your baby can be so many facets. It does not have to be a physical child. But your mind is often going there. And then you have those tangible responsibilities that are in your face right now, here, staring at you, your bills, your finances, your savings account, your responsibilities beyond bills. But maybe you're helping to take care of family. Maybe you want to take care of family, so you're working really hard to do what you can do to go back to school, to stay in school. There's so many other things. Meditation is definitely a constructive outlet for sure. Some people, one of my business partners that we do Pause to Prosper retreat, or will be doing in the 2016-2017 year that we're planning for, she's a yogi. She teaches yoga, and she's like a financial guru in terms of her professional hat, but yoga is not only an outlet, she's turned it into a way of helping other women and helping other people. So sometimes your constructive and or creative outlet can become something that's no longer just for you, it's for other people. But you don't have to do that. You could write, you could sing, you could dance, you could paint, you can meditate, you can be still. One of my sisters, she has music in her heart and her soul. You can embrace music in a way that takes you on another level. I have someone who's not a comedian by trade, but she's funny. She should have been. I think she missed her calling. And she'll just make jokes. She'll write jokes. She'll do a bunch of stuff that's kind of very theatrical. And that's her outlet. Not to avoid things, but just to get it out before it gets to that point where it's boiling over. But to you today, I charge you to think about what's in the pot in the first place. Are you dealing with some potato plans? You know, the potatoes are in there, they're big and they're bulky, and it's all those plans that are kind of like clunking on top of each other. And because they're there and you're feeling frustrated, excuse me, y'all, that you can't get it out, you're literally at that point. Have you ever cooked potatoes and overstuffed the pot? You didn't quite do what you need to do, left them on too long, covered the top, steam was, trapped in there, and everything is fizzing, and it's white, and it's yucky, and it's bubbly, and it's sticky, and it's coming out. Well, part of it is because sometimes we either put too many potatoes in there, i.e. your plans, catch that analogy, or you didn't put enough water sometimes. Or third option is you left it on too long. You left those plans in there just like stacked on top of each other, but you weren't coming to check. That's that, oh, I have plans. Oh, I'm writing a book. Oh, I'm creating, I don't know, a new level in my life. Oh, I'm saving for the house. I'm, whatever that is, but you didn't come back and check on it. You didn't come stir the pot. You didn't come make sure everything was okay. In fact, some of us were trying to rush through those plans and turn the fire up too high. What's in your pot? Is it potato plans? Is it eggs, which I don't have an equivalent for what that is? Maybe the eggs, I'm horrible with my analogy. I love analogies, but I can be horrible sometimes. Are those eggs the financial things that you literally were just dumping too much? Is it emotional spending? Like, what's in your pot that causes everything to boil over because you're not able to check on it quick enough? You got the fire under it too high. You're trying to move through something too quick. Or you're letting somebody else put some stuff in there that shouldn't belong. My grandmother, love her to life. I do have the only grandmother in the country who doesn't know how to cook well. Sorry, grandmom, I love you, but that's not her thing. That's all I'm saying. With that said, she did have a firm rule that there would not be too many cooks in her kitchen. Now, in my opinion, she needed a little help in the kitchen, which is to the point sometimes you need to bring somebody else in there to help you out. But even if you are the best grandmother in the world in the kitchen and know how to throw it down and burn it up in a good way, when we say burnt, we mean in a good way. Like, she burned that food. I know, Ange, I'm going to get in so much trouble. You don't even understand. As I said that, I'm like, but I'm being very honest, though. I'm really being honest. Hello and welcome, everyone, to 5 a.m. Wake and Breakthrough. I'm getting in trouble talking about things I probably shouldn't be about my family, but it's all right. Y'all know I'm going to be honest. But with that said, even though she didn't allow a lot of people in her kitchen, she had a good point. Sometimes people come in and they throw things in there that you didn't ask them to do. Nobody asked you to put cinnamon in my boiled eggs or my greens or whatever it is that I'm doing. No one asks you to do that. Yet sometimes people come right behind you and throw things in there, and it causes issues to happen in your pot of life, your business, your finances, your dating, your trying to date, your marriage, your relationship with your children. If you are like Stephanie's a teacher, you have these rapports that you're building with your teachers, all those different things. You said, stay out of my recipe. Yes, I know that's right. But there are people who come right behind you. Some are bold enough to do it in front of you. You got this one thing that you're working on, whatever that thing is in life and in business, and you just, you turn around and go grab something else that you need for. Or maybe you feel comfortable with whatever you got cooking that you've moved to another thing. You're like, okay, the fire's low. I know I got 30 minutes on this, or 2 hours, or 2 years, whatever it is. So you say, well, let me move on to the other things that I can take care of, because good cooks can make sure they work that kitchen and have everything get ready for the table at the same time, right? Not that you're trying to overtax yourself and do too much, but when you've done something well and it's going to take a while for that thing to get ready, or get ready enough for you to be able to take that and put it into the other pot, or put it into the oven, the casserole dish, whatever it is you're doing on top of the stove, you can move over to something else. Well, some people are staring at that because they're looking at you, observing like, she don't know what she's doing. He don't know what she's doing. Let me go help them out. First off, did I ask? Maybe I should have asked, but did I ask? Don't allow people to just come up to your kitchen. You said in the flow. I know that's right. Don't allow people to just come up in your kitchen of life and business and throw stuff in there that you didn't ask for. You said, I'm asking you to cut the veggies, not change the recipe. Thank you, Stephanie. That is a great one. Absolutely. You asked for something specific, like, can you help over here? Can you go get the milk? Can you leave this situation altogether and go to the market and do something that way? Maybe you're asking for financial help and they're trying to give you advice on something that's not their lane. Maybe you've asked them to just go take care of the baby so you can have some privacy, but they want to jump into your business plan. Whatever the case is, you want to be mindful about those people who are lurking around you, adding stuff, but don't blame them for everything. Some of it is because you didn't check them the moment they started leaning over your shoulder. Now, some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You have people who are literally standing over your shoulder. Sidebar, thank you, Julia. Leaning in like, what you doing in there? And then they make faces. They won't say anything. They making faces. Okay. And they'll back up and they're still staring at your pot. You done moved on trying to have another conversation. You catch them staring at whatever it is that you got on the stove. Being nosy. Absolutely. Thank you, 7. Thank you. Being nosy. But it's because they're looking at how they could do something. No, I call it exactly what you meant. And they're looking to do something with what you got, probably because they haven't done it. Do y'all know any of those chefs walking around? The ones who never made, I don't know, potato salad. If this the, staying with the analogy to the potatoes in the pot, you boiling your potatoes for your homegrown awesome potato salad. They ain't never made potato salad in their life, but they want to tell you how to do it. They're standing there looking because they want to participate in a place that you didn't ask them to. Now, some may have made awesome potato salad, but everybody's is different. Maybe you make a great potato salad with celery in it and your family likes it turning green. Maybe my family won't eat anything green, no matter how good you say it is. So that's not how I'm making mine. But they want everything to be like what they would do. That's because they're trying to jump in your pot and causing all kinds of havoc. But you saw it. Your spirit told you that they were trying to get involved some kind of way. And add something or take away something. Don't get me started. They might have been trying to take something out of your pot. I've had that happen in real life. You think you whipping up something. They're like, no, dump some of this water out. It's too much. Nobody asked you. I'm fine. The water, too much water ain't going to bother the potatoes as long as I monitor it. Back up. But you got to check people along the way. So be mindful of that. I know a few weeks ago, we did Tales of a Superhero. So that whole week we were talking about superhero and the awkwardness and, all the things that happen when you discover your power and how you need to rest and take a break. But we also talked about the first time you're checked by another superhero. That was a good check. That was the check from the chef, so to speak, even though we were talking about a superhero theme at that time. That was that chef that really is the kind that my grandmother needed in the kitchen all her life, that needed to come in and say, listen, baby girl, Baby boy, I know you're trying to make this potato salad, but let me just tell you, if you got the fire up too high, it's going to cause some issues. Not trying to get in and move you out the way and take over, but just giving you a little healthy guidance. That's a little coaching along the way, not to take over so you don't catch a lesson and you get all upset and defensive and now you want to walk away from your own plans, your own potato plans, right? But just to give you a little guidance. I'm not talking about that kind of check, but the check where you need to do where someone is trying to come in and take over or add something that you didn't ask that's actually going to throw your whole entire kitchen, your recipe, and your dinner off balance. Or uses shortcuts instead of doing themselves, buying deli bland substitutes. I know that's right, Julia. Exactly. Don't get me started. Healthy mentorship is missing in this world full of thinkers. 7, you're absolutely right. Everybody, we're too smart, right? We're so smart. My grandmother used to say some really good stuff. And one thing she would say is, with every degree you get a little bit more stupid. She was right. No matter how many degrees and certifications and blah, blah, blah I added, it was like you push out some stuff because you start to be too smart for your own good. You start thinking you know more than you know in life and relationships. And it's like, listen, I might have, you said you guess you're dumb. I know, listen, we're right there. When your CV get over 5 pages, I got questions about your sanity and how smart you really are. But when you get to that level, you have to remember that experience counts for something. We do need mentors for the mentors. Stephanie, you preaching. I say that every therapist needs a therapist. Every trainer should go to training, and every coach needs to be coached. My dad says, you so smart, you stupid. Yes, that is another one that I've heard, definitely. And I think we all go through that, especially when you're in your 20s and 30s. Don't get to your 40s. Not that, I'm there yet. But when you get there, you said we need a pupil mentality. Yeah, you need to be a lifelong student and be accepting, not dismissive. Be careful. Don't be dismissive that you have achieved a lot, that you have learned a lot, and you have more than you think you do. Don't dismiss the hard work that you've put in to where you are now in this world. Even if you have a far path to go, your journey is yours. Your process is yours. Your path is yours. But also be very clear that there are those who are well ahead that can give you a couple lessons. Listen, there's a big ditch coming up in about 50 miles, as in 5 years. Be mindful. You're walking through this road of engineering or accounting. When you get to this level, there's going to be a ceiling that you got to be mindful of. There are some truths to people with experience that may not have the degrees and certifications that can lend to you in a big and powerful way because they've walked a similar path. No one's path is the same by any means, but they've been in that neighborhood. Right? They've been in that place. They can relate to the air, to the tension. They know what corners to watch out for. Even if you go to that corner, you don't have any issue. They know that it could be. So you want to be a little bit more guarded and girded in that process. So you do want to be careful of what happens, but still keep that mentality of, as AJ said, be a pupil. You can still be a student and expect that you can learn something. You also can't be too proud and too busy to help someone else. Because you're walking around saying, I need a mentor, I need a coach, I need a trainer, I need an advisor, I need. Well, are you giving back? Are you doing that? Are you helping someone else? Are you raising up the next chefs in your kitchen, especially somebody else who's trying to do a potato? It's a fine line between people offering guidance and allowing them to take over. Stephanie, you are absolutely right. There is a true fine line, and we do have to be mindful. Part of that is our boundary, which we talked about last week, is where we're going to be clear, because just because I asked you for help, you need to trust your gut. Yeah, and you have to be vocal, right? Because sometimes we ask for help and we're concerned that because we ask, we have to take everything that someone gave us, and you don't want to have to be. Why do you think it would be a good, say that again, 7, I'm sorry, it went up so fast. Throw that up there one more time for me. But in the meantime, while 7's retyping that or repurposing that question, be mindful of not giving in because someone is offering or you have accepted help and now you've allowed them to take over because you feel guilty. Like, well, they are helping, so maybe I need to. No, if you still want to make potato salad and that's the direction you were going in, even if they suggested this ingredient or that or take this or that away, doesn't mean that now your potato salad has to turn into mashed potatoes. It has to turn into something different. No, stand strong. I want to make potato salad. Can you help me make potato salad? And if you tell me I don't have all the ingredients up in here and I don't have the finances or whatever resources I need, then that's a different story. What do you think is a good way to have discernment for good chefs and wannabes? Your first thing, 7, I'm glad you asked that, is make sure you check in with your spirit. If you're too busy, you're not going to catch a lot. You're going to dismiss things. For those of you who are walking around, do you ever feel, some people feel it in their stomach, some people feel it in their shoulder, some people feel it in their back. Unfortunately, some people get it in their head like a headache. You're around someone's energy, they're talking, they're saying something, and there's an irk that happens in your stomach, in your shoulders, in your back, in your head, somewhere in your body. You feel it. But if you too busy being busy, not necessarily productive, two separate things, but too busy being busy, you'll miss it and dismiss it, and you'll start to internalize it as you. You'll say, oh, I have a headache. My stomach. You'll start to really focus on you. You didn't catch that there was a pull in your spirit that something is wrong in this room. Somebody in this room is pulling you in a way that you don't go. But you'll dismiss it. So part of it is not to be so busy being busy that you can catch it and not internalize everything. That pain and that tension or tightness in your shoulder wasn't necessarily you. That pull you felt in your back wasn't necessarily you. You don't have to be in front of someone. You could have just hung up a call. You could be about to get a phone call from someone. That's how strong your spiritual intuition and sensations are. But we don't always tap into that. That's a whole nother scope. But a lot of us won't tap in because it's a little woo-woo. Well, everybody got a little woo-woo. It's just a matter of whether or not you're going to tap in because your woo-woo might save you. That's a hashtag. We need to say that. Yeah, you're getting added today. Well, thank you, 7. I appreciate you. All right, I got to get out of here because I have to get out of the hoodie into an appropriate business attire so I can get to Cherry Hill to make my 8 a.m. meeting. So have a wonderful and blessed day, everyone. Enjoy the balance of this beautiful Tuesday, and I will see you at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning with energies, with smiles, with love, and more on the theme of the boiling pots. I look forward to talking to you guys. Julie, don't forget to call me. Have a great day. Hoo-yah. Thank you. Thank you, Angie. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. Thank you, 7, for joining and asking questions. Hey, Steph, thank you. You said under stress, I'm a people pleaser. In the heat of it all, it's a flaw I need to work on. Stephanie, you know I'm always, thank you, AJ. We're always willing to talk. I know you're in Paris, girl, but we can Skype. You just let me know. Mama, thank you. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you as well, and I'll see you on Sunday. I'm here, Dory with Dory. Oh, hi, Dory. Welcome, welcome. Please catch the replay. I'm signing off so I can not be stressed out and get to my appointment on time. But thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you all when you tune in live and when you watch the replay and get your portion at any time. Don't forget to tune into Balancing Podcast and watch those experts give you even more as I interview them and we go deeper in places that we can't do in 15 minutes on 5 a.m. So thank you and tune in. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.